relatively new, but not very new. It's probably been around for 75 years or more. The reason that most people have never heard of the science, the relatively recent science called epigenetics, is because it is a forbidden word. And there is such a thing. There are words in the human lexicon that are forbidden by the social engineer class. They may not be written or spoken by anyone who works for them in any of their institutions. And the media has been forbidden ever to speak or write the word epigenetics. I don't think this. I absolutely, definitively know this and was told this by the Satanists that I worked with, was we have forbidden topics and words that may never be spoken. And the people we have on our leash, if they ever speak those words, it's not just the end of their immediate job. They're blacklisted forever for the rest of their life until they die from ever re-entering the field that they're in, whether it be media or law or medicine or education. If they're a member of their cult and they've taken vows of allegiance to these satanic networks and cults that really run things, they told me when I was involved with them, if they ever go against our orders, our wishes, our commands, our dictates, and they speak topics, words, or terms that we have forbidden them from ever uttering, that's the end of their entire career in the entire field of endeavor that they've chosen to involve themselves in. And if they try to do an end run around that, then they get taken out physically. They want to try to avoid having to murder people out in the open to the extent that they can, because that draws attention to them and their mind control operations, which they don't want people perceiving or understanding how they work. But they will resort to physical murder through hired assassins if people give them enough trouble, that have actually been involved with them and said, yes, we are loyal to you because of the power you're giving us and the money you're giving us, and we are going to take an oath of allegiance to them. For people that do not take oaths of allegiance to them and accept their gifts, they do not do anything to them. They have a code that they work according to, and this is very hard for people who have no involvement with the occult world to understand, because you haven't been there, you haven't interoperated, you haven't interacted with them, you have no frame of reference to understand it. This is why it's so difficult for me to explain what the dark occult world really is. And again, I only saw it from a low level. So I can't even speak about what really goes on at the highest levels, but I've heard enough and I've seen enough that I can extrapolate that. And I have a very high, not only intuitive ability, but a very high level to see real patterns in the world and be able to interpolate what things really mean or where they go when they're based on a dynamic here and they're growing and expanding. I have a very, very advanced capacity in my mind and my ability as far as being able to see patterns and ratios in the world to extrapolate where things go or will go. This is why they wanted me in their eugenics operations. They wanted me in the very culling ops that they knew that they were going to conduct.